How do we integrate gender equality and social inclusion, or GESI, more systematically in the operations of the Asian Development Bank in South Asia? Advancing social inclusion is in line with the first operational priority, or OP1 of ADB Strategy 2030. Accelerating progress in gender equality is the second operational priority, or OP2 of ADB Strategy 2030. To operationalize Strategy 2030 OP1 and OP2 in South Asia, the South Asia Department, or SARD, has developed a GESI framework. The SARD's GESI framework builds on ADB's established approaches to gender equality and women's empowerment, and on ADB's lessons on integrating GESI in programs and projects in Nepal since 2010 and India. The development of the GESI framework is a response to the results of a 2-year consultative process with government officials, civil society organizations, and academics in South Asia from 2020 to 2022. The call of our partners and stakeholders in South Asia is to more systematically respond to the different dimensions of inequality, exclusion, and vulnerability, such as gender, disabilities, social identities, example, caste, ethnicity, and religion, sexual orientation, gender identity and expression, and sex characteristics, geographic location, and income status, old age and young age, specifically older people and disadvantaged youth, and migrant status, and to the intersection of these different dimensions in individuals with overlapping disadvantaged identities and conditions. To guide in analyzing and addressing the barriers to GESI, the GESI framework uses an analytical framework with 3 pillars. Pillar 1 is Understand for Action, which is the analysis of the barriers to GESI and the capacities of women and excluded and vulnerable groups to claim their rights and promote GESI. Pillar 2 is Empower for Change, which refers to promoting the livelihood, voice, and social empowerment of women and excluded and vulnerable groups. And Pillar 3 is Include for Opportunity, which is ensuring the GESI responsiveness of the social, political, and physical environment, including infrastructures, technologies, resources, and services. Hence, actions that aim to address the barriers to GESI should incorporate these 3 pillars. In line with ADB's processes, the SARD's GESI framework has 7 key areas of action. 1. Informing country strategies and programs. 2. Strengthening GESI in project design. 3. Engaging in GESI law and policy reform. 4. Strengthening the capacity of ADB and partner agencies in delivering GESI results. 5. Partnering with other social development actors. 6. Capturing GESI progress and results. And 7. Investing in GESI relevant knowledge. To execute these actions, SARD has developed guidance notes and tools. 1. Guidance note for conducting GESI analysis to inform ADB's country partnership strategies and project GESI features. 2. Guidance note for engaging in GESI policy dialogue and reform. 3. Guidance note for developing the GESI strategies of sector agencies. 4. GESI mainstreaming self-assessment tool for infrastructure sector agencies. 5. E-learning course on GESI mainstreaming in SARD operations. 6. Guidance note for evaluating the GESI impacts of ADB financed projects in South Asia. What are we doing now to put the SARD's GESI framework into action? SARD has identified pipeline programs and projects where GESI can be integrated and where the guidance notes and tools can be applied. SARD is also establishing a GESI laboratory, which will consist of select GESI experts gathered virtually or in person to generate new ideas or products in the form of concrete GESI program and project proposals based on evidence using the SARD GESI framework as a guide. Finally, with the GESI framework as a guide, SARD, together with partners in ADB's member countries in South Asia, will move towards accelerating the elimination of all forms of discrimination, inequality, and exclusion, with women and the excluded and vulnerable as our co-change agents.